Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are, located on this great, big, wonderful planet we call Earth. Got a question for you. Do you want to live financially free, financially and personally free, or do you want to keep on living in poverty? We all, well, I'll say it like this, not all, 97% of us on Earth have been taught to live in poverty. We've been groomed to live in poverty, really. Because what did they tell you to do? Go to school, get a good education, get a good job, and retire. Okay, yes, you do need a good education so you can do things. But the late great Steve Jobs, the owner of Apple, and Bill Gates and Jeff Bezos, owner of Amazon, they don't teach their kids to get a good job. They teach their children how to be business owners and how to invest to make money so they can have other people working for them. And tonight or today or whatever time you're watching this video, I'm going to show you how to create personal wealth for yourself. Now, like I said, this isn't for everybody. Majority of people would rather spend 3, 4, 5 hours on Instagram and TikTok and Facebook and whatever else, and instead of trying to learn how to be wealthy or work towards being wealthy. So, like I said, this isn't for everybody. So, let me just get right into it and show you these few videos right here, because I don't want to hold you too long. Let's see here.
What does school teach you about money? Nothing. And that's not a mistake. That's not an accident. The way to keep the poor and middle class working hard is never teach them what the rich know. What the rich teach their kids about money, the poor and middle class do not. If you read Rich Dad, Poor Dad, Rich Dad's lesson number 1, the rich don't work for money. Don't you touch that stuff. If I pay you, you think like an employee. Your brain will change. If you learn never to work for money, you'll be a rich man. The people that are being screwed today are the poor and middle class because they work for money. The banker, they're not working for money.
They have money working for them.
Yeah, very big difference in mentality here. What is financial education? It's not get a job, work hard, save money, and invest in a well-diversified portfolio of stocks, bonds, mutual funds, and ETFs. That's not it. The financial industry is 2 things: debt and taxes. Debt and taxes. And we still tell kids to go to school, get a job, work hard, save money, and get out of debt. Now, who tells them to do that? That's the most ridiculous thing there is.
The book starts and it says, lie number 1, saving money will make you rich.
Yeah, it never will. You know that.
All taught that as kids.
Yeah, because they can print it. Why would you save it and why would you work for it if they can print it faster than you can work for it? And number 2 is they keep dropping the interest rates on it. Japan still has zero interest rate policy. And the Japanese are the biggest savers in the world. And I'm Japanese, I'm 4th generation. They're not too bright. Right. Why do you keep saving when they're printing it? When I'm in Japan, that's what I mean by fear. They're so afraid because the Japanese, good culture, but they do as they're told.
Right. It's very conformist.
Very conformist. So they just do as they're told, and then they just save money, and their government, this guy Abenomics, is just printing trillions of it and buying ETFs with it, and they don't know what to do. They're afraid they might make a mistake. They're good little students in school. Go to school, get a job, don't make mistakes. So what happens to the average person in a financial crash, they don't know what to do. And right now, as you know, for the middle class of the world, we're in a crash. You know, the purchasing power of the yen, the euro, the rupiah, all going down. And people are working harder and harder and harder. And the central banks of the world are printing more money.
And so if someone's listening to us that's stuck in that poor middle class trap and they hear it's their fear that ultimately is keeping them from that, that's a hard thing to hear, Robert. But you're going to give them the information about what they can do if they can get out of that fear.
Well, every time I do a lot of speaking to the masses out there. Lehman doesn't invite me in because we're gone, but they go, well, what, it's so risky. What you're saying is risky. And I said, what I do isn't risky for me, but it's risky for you. And when somebody says, what is risk? You have to look in the mirror. Do you know what I mean? For me to fly in Vietnam, that was high risk. But the higher the risk, the more you have to study. You know that, I know that. So if you're not going to study, you're not going to practice and all that, then you should do what Wall Street tells you to do. Buy 401ks, mutual funds, ETFs and all that. But that's for their fake assets, because they only make Wall Street or the City of London rich. Just watch where the cash is flowing. Follow the money. The reason the rich don't work for money is number one expense is tax. See, there's three kinds of income: earned, portfolio, passive. So earned income is if I get a job, that's earned income. If I'm a doctor or a programmer, that's earned income because I'm working for it. If I buy, let's say, Apple for $10 and I sell it for $20, that's portfolio income, capital gains.
Yeah.
But passive income, which is cash flow, is never taxed. So it's not, and so these guys are screaming right now in America, tax the rich. I said, good luck. Because most of the guys complaining, they don't know there's three kinds of income. And the rich don't have jobs anyway. They have assets. And so the average schmo out there, poor guy, sent the kid to school, they don't learn this. So that's why in fake, as you were talking about it, there's a newspaper article about Jared Kushner. And he explains how the Trumps and the Kushners don't pay taxes and make millions of dollars. And the reporter couldn't understand him because our schools will never teach you that three types of income.
And they judged him and say they're wrong and it's cheating. And we see that over and over again. Amazon not paying taxes. What do you say to people when they come up to you and say, Robert, it's not fair. It's not fair they're not paying taxes.
Well, there's always three sides to a coin, heads, tails, and the edge. So which side of the coin are you on? From my side, it's fair. But this is the difference. Everybody can do the same thing I do because the tax laws are for everybody. We don't say, well, the tax law is only for the rich. No, the tax laws are for everybody to use if you have the right financial education. And the reason I'm an advocate of financial education, without that education, you'll have to pay taxes. You see, very few people will buy what I do, make $1 million and pay zero tax. That takes, and my rich dad taught me that playing Monopoly. That's how it started, 4 greenhouses, 1 red hotel. Or the McDonald's formula. I write about it here. McDonald's, Ray Kroc.
Yeah.
McDonald's is in the real estate business. So they sell hamburgers, but they buy real estate, so they pay no taxes. This guy Bezos, he's $16 billion. How much tax did they pay on that $16 billion? Zero.
And that's all legal. Anyone can do it.
Everybody can do it.
But most people lack the education.
Correct.
So Jared learned about money when he was a kid by watching his father, by watching these people invest in real estate, and said, wow, not only do you get to make the money, you get to keep the money. That's a big problem a lot of people don't understand. Look how much money I made, but how much did you keep? Because that could be half.
How much tax did you pay?
Right, what tax did you pay? And so you always say, this is the law. The law is true for every citizen. You can do it, but most people just don't do it. Sometimes, like you said, they don't have the education, because you need to have a plan if you're going to go do risky things.
Well, it's not risky. I mean, to me, what's risky is having a job and paying taxes and saving money because they're printing it. That's the worst thing of all. And that's why there's fake money, fake teachers, because the teachers they don't know it.
Right.
And fake assets, because Wall Street or the City of London or Lehman Brothers or Goldman and all, they're not going to tell you this.
Yeah.
How are there billionaire bankers today? Aren't they supposed to be watching your money?
You said in here also, the greatest asset you have is your mind. What does that mean?
If you really want to be rich, take a class on real estate. Once you understand real estate is based on debt, learn how to use debt as money. So that once you learn how to use debt as money, you can never say, I can't afford it. See, because the banks will give you, so the banks, after the crash of 2008, the banks gave me $300 million tax-free to buy real estate that the idiots had lost. I hate this, and then they were idiots because the prices were so high. Why would you buy it at the top of a market? Don't you know that's going to crash? Oh, no. This is, that was the subprime, was the derivatives market, MBSs and all that stuff. Had driven the price of real estate so high, and the rest of us were just waiting. And then when the whole thing came crashing down, all this real estate was now available, and they needed, the Fed and those guys in the Treasury needed guys like us to go in there. So Wall Street gave us hundreds of millions of dollars to mop up all that real estate these guys had lost. Now, it's fair because everybody could do it. So, when I asked the average guy, I said, why don't you use debt? They can't even get a loan because their scores, their FICO scores, I don't even have them here, are so bad.
Right.
So that's what's going on in the world today. It's fake money, fake teachers, fake assets. The school teachers will never tell you that because they don't know it. My poor dad never knew that. And they think the rich are crooks. The rich just play by different laws. The rules are the same, but you have to do what the government wants you to do. Never say, I can't afford it. Ask yourself, how can I? The reason I have so much money is because I don't say I can't do it. I just go, how can I do it? And I just go and do it. I make a lot of mistakes, but that's how I learn. How can I? It's just a matter of personal willpower, which is spiritual. Just saying, if they can do it, I can do it.
And how can I?
How can I?
And I think as you once said, words become flesh.
Yep.
"99% of people don't understand how money works. They don't understand how our economic system works, and they don't understand how to get money. If you want to be part of that financial 1%, you don't have to be born with $1 million in your lap, but you have to know what the 1% knows. This is something that I wish school would have taught me because it would have saved me years of time. But the way that our system works for the majority of people is you go to school, you get a job, and then you work at this job and you spend money, and that's it. But our economic system has 3 different components to it. We have the economy, we have investors, and then we have consumers. The economy is primarily businesses, the companies and businesses that make up our economy and our economic system. Then we have investors. These are people who own this economic system and this economy. And then we have the consumers. This is everybody, regular people, middle-class people, poor people, rich people. Everybody is a consumer because everybody spends money, and consumers are what fuel the economy. Now, this is where things get interesting because on one hand, you have the government and the Federal Reserve Bank talking about how strong our economy is. What does it take for our economy to be strong? That means consumers have to spend more money. The more money people spend, the stronger that our economy is. Now, when our economy is booming, that benefits investors. However, when our economy is hurting, that also benefits investors. Because when our economy is hurting, that means now investors can come in and buy a piece of the economy at a discounted price. You can buy assets at a discounted price. Now remember, when consumers spend all their money, that benefits the economy. When consumers go into debt to spend their money, they benefit the economy. When consumers are broke because they've spent all their money, that's good for the economy. That also benefits the investor. However, when consumers save money, when consumers are using the money to build their own wealth, that hurts the economy. Kind of an interesting system. And now we have the government and the Federal Reserve Bank who are doing everything that they can to boost the economy. The simplest example that I can give you of this was when during the 2020 pandemic, you saw the government send out the stimulus checks. These stimulus checks were not meant to stimulate consumers, although that's what many people thought. They were sent to stimulate the economy. However, in order to stimulate the economy, they gave this money to consumers. So now regular people got free money And what did they do? They went to Amazon, they went to Walmart, they went to Kroger, some went to Lululemon, some went to Gucci, some went to Apple, but they spent money. When you spend money, that benefits the economy. Once you understand that, then you can understand that our economic system is designed to benefit not the consumer, but it's designed to benefit the economy and the investor. For one, if you are a business owner or an investor, you are benefited with lower tax rates and more deductions. The people that pay the highest tax rates in America are people who just work a job because your ordinary income, the money you make from your job, your salary, that's taxed at the highest tax rates. And that also comes with the lowest deductions and the lowest write-offs. I'm telling you this as an attorney who's not your attorney. The second part is a little less obvious because on the side of this economic system, we have other entities. And this is the government and the Federal Reserve Bank. And these entities are kind of overseeing this entire system. And the way these entities work is that they want to grow this. They want to grow the economy. Now remember, who benefits when you have a growing economy? The investor benefits. Who pays to grow the economy? Consumers pay. Now, how does the government and the Federal Reserve Bank work to grow the economy in order to continue growing our economic system? Well, this is through something called inflation. We've been talking about this a lot, especially in the last couple of years, but inflation has been happening way before 2020. The Federal Reserve Bank openly talks about today how they want a 2% target inflation. Now, of course, today we're at much higher inflation levels than 2%, but they say that they want 2% inflation. What does that mean? And why not 0% inflation? 2% inflation means that the government and the Federal Reserve Bank are working to increase the amount of money out there. When you increase the amount of money out there, you increase the amount of dollars, but you decrease the buying power of each individual dollar. Because when you print more money without producing more wealth, the buying power of each individual dollar goes down, which causes the price of things to go up. So now when the Federal Reserve Bank says that we want 2% inflation, that means that they want to have just enough inflation that the majority of people don't even see it happen. Because prior to 2020, the majority of people didn't even understand what inflation was. The majority of people had no idea that inflation was even happening. However, inflation is a hidden tax. And the person who pays the price of inflation is the person who doesn't understand what inflation is, because that means that your savings are being eroded. The buying power of your salary is going away. That's why today you keep hearing about how the cost of living is growing faster than wages. The reason why your cost of living is growing faster than wages is because of inflation. Inflation disproportionately hurts the poor and the financially uneducated and disproportionately benefits the financially educated. How? Because now when you increase the amount of dollars out there, you increase how much money consumers can spend. Now remember, consumers are everybody. Poor people, middle class, and the rich. Everybody is a consumer. However, for the majority of people who are not financially educated, you're spending more than you're putting towards your wealth. You're spending more than you're saving, or you're spending all of your money. And so now when you increase the amount of dollars out there, consumers have more money to spend into the economy. When you have more money to spend into the economy, our economy can grow. And if our economy is growing, that means that investors are making money. And if the economy is growing, that means the business owners are making money. But who's paying the price? It's the consumer. Every single person is a born consumer. Most people cannot be a business owner or start a company or should start or operate a company because it's very hard, it's very risky, and most people don't want to do that. However, everybody can be an investor. This is how you can benefit from the economic system, because the economic system is designed to benefit the economy, which also benefits the investor. How do you do that? Well, now you as a consumer have to take some of your money, and instead of trying to grow the economy, you take this money and you put it here instead. Sorry about the arrow. You put it into this investing pile, because now when you own the investments, you own a piece of the economy without having to operate the economy. And then when the economy grows, whether it's because the economy is producing more value, or it's because of more inflation being created by the Federal Reserve Bank, or it's because the government is spending more money, which creates more inflation, all of these things benefit the economy, which then trickle down to the investor. But the person who has to pay the price is the consumer. This is why your job now as a financially educated person is to understand this economic system and then shift your mindset from just the consumer to the investor. Now, how do you do that? Well, for number one, you have to be financially educated. And number two, you have to understand what's actually happening in the world. That way you can make smarter decisions with your money. If you're looking for an easy way to do that, you can join something like Market Briefs, which is my free financial newsletter, which I created to help people, one, understand what's happening in the markets, two, save time because you can read Market Briefs in less than 5 minutes every morning, and three, avoid all the sensationalism because we all know that the traditional media loves clickbaity headlines. They love the sensationalism, and we don't have any of that in Market Briefs because, well, it's just one email. Once you open the email, all the news stories that you need to know as an investor are right there. It's completely free, and you can read it in less than 5 minutes every morning. So if you haven't joined Market Briefs yet, I'll put the link to how you can join for free down in the description below. We've been seeing inflation happen for decades and decades and decades. However, the reason why you keep hearing the Federal Reserve Bank talk about a 2% inflation target is because this 2% inflation is just enough to continue growing this economic system without alerting consumers. Because if regular people are seeing inflation in their day-to-day lives, well, then that's too much inflation because then people start to get worried. They start to question the system. They start to change their spending habits. And so that's why the Fed wants to have just enough inflation that the majority of people don't even notice it. And that's why the majority of people continue paying this hidden tax, which is inflation, because it's a price that you pay. And that price is now that your savings don't stretch as far, that your salary doesn't stretch as far. And this is why the majority of people don't even notice it happen. And this is why we've been seeing a growing divide between the rich and the poor, because the rich, the financially educated, understand this, and they continue benefiting from this economic system. The financially uneducated and the poor don't see this happening. And now you keep seeing, oh yeah, you got a salary raise, you got a raise. But your raise isn't keeping up with the higher cost of living, which means now you're effectively poorer than you were before, not because you got a raise, but because of the inflation that's been out of your control. This is why, while the majority of people are complaining about how the system works, I want you to get educated. That way you can learn the rules to the game. That way you can actually benefit from the way that the system works, because the reality is you don't need $1 million to start. You don't even need $1,000 to start. You can start benefiting from the system with as little as $100, and then you can slowly keep compounding your wealth. That way you can win in this economic system as well. But the first thing that you need if you want to win is you got to have the right financial education, and then you got to be willing to do it. Risk versus reward. Higher up here, you have much less risk. Down here, much higher risk. Down here, much higher reward. Up here, much lower reward. I don't recommend anybody take their hard-earned money and try to double it in the casino as a financial.
We didn't get into our situation overnight. I started with $25. If you can do $25 a month, that's cool. Wealthy people do three things, man. They stop trading time for money. They make their money work for them, and they give as much value to people as they can. And so I learned that as I got older. That part really didn't make sense to me at the time, but the money working for you part, and I was like, how do you make your money work for you? All I know is how to go get money. Wealthy people, first they get into stocks, then they start a business, and then they get real estate. I took my time, I researched the Warren Buffetts and the Peter Lynch's, and I'm not gonna lie, in the beginning, that was like Chinese to me. This is a foreign language. The most important thing too is we don't understand how money works. Everybody around me had the same problem. No one represented the solution. So if I don't change something, I'm only going to end up like everybody else I know. Somebody has the solution somewhere. There's too many people out here living the life of their dreams that I'm watching. They know something I don't know. And the only thing that they had was access to a different type of information. Owning a stock is owning a percentage of a great business. And so once I understood that concept, I understood that the key to wealth is through ownership. The key to building wealth is not how much you can work. You got to invest your way there. And all wealthy people, the people who aren't wealthy, is because they don't own nothing. You only have your money sitting in cash. If your money is just sitting in cash, realistically, you're becoming poorer every day. If you can start owning the businesses that you now consume every day, you turn a one-time transaction to a lifetime of profit. Because if I go to the store and buy a pair of Nikes, that's a one-time transaction. In order for me to get something from them again, I got to come back and buy another pair of Nike. But if I own the Nike stock, long as I own it, it's a profitable vehicle for me. If I know I'm an Apple user, if I know I got the phone, I got the AirPods, I got the MacBook, I got the PC, I got excited when Apple's about to drop something, why wouldn't I own it? As much of it as I can. And so now, instead of me getting excited about Apple line being around the corner because it's a new phone, I'm like, yo, y'all about to make me some money. For me, it now makes me pay attention to the world. And so now I understand what's going on in the world. I started learning business cycles, market cycles, because now I can understand, okay, things are going out of business, we're in this cycle. People are hiring, okay, we're in expansion cycle. And so you start understanding when something is happening in China, okay, something happening in China, so I own Apple. Apple has 20% of their revenue in China, okay, they might take a little hit right now. Knowledge is what gives us leverage in life. It's not about how strong you are, it's about what you can learn. And then how can you actively apply that? I have this acronym called FEAR, finally exiting average reality. And what happens is some people actually fear success. Success comes with a lot, but until you can overcome that average reality that you live in, no matter what you're on, once you become comfortable there, it becomes average. Anyone can live in average. Everyone can live in mediocrity. Then there's those outliers who consistently push themselves to go to the next level. LeBron spends $1 million on his body, working out, eating right, agility, mobility, because he will never be average. And the thing about the human mind and the human body, it will go as far as you push it. There's science that says that Gandhi levitated before. The power of the mind. There's a level of meditation, concentration that you can lock into that can take you there. The only belief that matters is, what do you believe you can do? There is nothing I cannot do. Most people won't connect to a certain knowledge because the people who speak it don't relate, and two, can't speak the knowledge in the way that they can eat it. Start where you are. You build a house brick by brick. We have to understand we're on a marathon. We didn't get into our situation overnight. Building wealth becomes a revolutionary act because now you start saying, I'm going to go against what I was taught. I started with $25. If you can do $25 a month, that's cool. If you can do $25 a week, that's cool. But what happens is, once you start understanding the power of how your money works, you'll start saying, yo, I don't need to do that because that's taken away from this. That 25 will now become $50. Guaranteed. That 50 will now become 100 because you're going to start doing more with less. The person who works out and sees that they drop 10 pounds in 2 weeks says, you know what, I'm gonna go a little harder because I know if I can drop 10, I can drop 20. If I see one muscle shape up, I know it's possible. The word possible is so powerful. Possible changes the game. Instead of it being impossible, we now say I am possible or I'm possible. So the first mindset is saying, invest in your first stock. It don't have to be a winner. It doesn't have to be a home run. It can be an AT&T stock that costs $26 right now. It may not be the best investment in the world, but you started.
All right, now this next video isn't going to be showing you how to invest in stocks, but basically it's the same thing. We're going to be staking in cryptocurrency.
Hey everybody, this is Jackson. Just wanted to come on and show you this new project that I'm getting involved with, and I hope you see value in it also. I have with me Major Alliance. He has a little bit more insight on the product or on the project, so I'm gonna let him explain this new project that we're getting involved in, and he's gonna go through it and make it to where everybody can understand it a little better. Are you ready, Major?
Absolutely, my brother. First of all, can you hear me okay?
Yes, I can hear you.
Excellent, excellent. Well, to all of your wonderful subscribers all around the world, I just want to personally say welcome to this conversation. I want to say thank you, Jackson, for you to allowing me to come and kind of just share this with your, your friends and family, your extended family, I should say, right? Reaching all over the place when you're doing big things, and it's exciting to partner up with you. And I'm also excited to kind of share this with everyone. And just so you know, ladies and gentlemen, we're only going to take a few minutes of your time because this is a pretty simple project, but it's absolutely powerful. So the name of the company that Jackson and I are presenting to you today is called Funds. Funds is a crowdfunding project that allows you to raise funds for whatever your causes may be. Maybe you want to, got some debt that you want to get rid of, or maybe you want to walk away from your job, or maybe you have a nonprofit that you want to kind of raise funds for. Whatever that cause may be, funds is the place where you can do that, and you could do it in very simple fashion. So I'm going to take a few moments here and just kind of share with you a little bit about what we can do here with funds. Excuse me, my controller went over there. All right, so what is funds? Funds is trusted by thousands of members and operating in over 200 countries around the world. We're one of the first decentralized platforms that utilizes cutting-edge crypto technology to empower individuals like yourself and organizations to generate recurring or residual sustainable income. Now, Funds has an amazing advisory board from different people from all different walks of life that have incredible experience in not only in business and in marketing, in the crypto space as well. They've been working together now for over 6 years. They have an incredible track record, impeccable when it comes to their timing, their integrity, and most importantly for all of you, their payments, right? They pay on time. The gentleman on the bottom in the center of your screen, Mr. Rene Laral, he's actually the CEO of the company. I have had the privilege so far of meeting Coach B. Right there, you see Brian Early over there in the top right corner, and also the wonderful chairman of the board, Mr. JP, that we affectionately call him, an incredible individual as well. And this entire team has come together to bring to you this opportunity where you can raise funds for whatever it is that brings passion for you. And so we're going to talk about how you can do that. Now, the beautiful thing about funds is that it's involved in the cryptocurrency space. And the first way that you can position yourself passively, and I know, Jackson, this is big for your audience because a lot of your members are thinking about from a passive perspective. So let's start there first, okay? We're going to help you to stake your funds where you can multiply and compound your money. You see, at Funds, they do all the work for you and you get paid a share of the profits every single week. And right now they have been consistently averaging 3% a week or 12% a month. And this is excellent passive income with zero effort on your part. You're able to make money while you sleep. You're able to raise money while you sleep. And the payments are sent directly to your crypto wallet. And what this does for you, it can help you to create a nest egg and also legacy income. But here's where it gets real interesting. You can also position yourself to compound those earnings weekly. So now over time, you can really start to see the power and leverage of having your money work harder for you than you work for it. Also, those staking rewards, as we call it here at Funds, they're paid every single week. I know, Jackson, you already kind of shared a little bit with some of your members. Hey, how would you like to guys get paid Friday passively? Well, that's what we're talking about here. Every single Friday, you can position yourself to get paid and you can compound those earnings. You can withdraw those earnings however you see fit. It's totally up to you. Now, another benefit that you have as a passive member is you also have the opportunity to take part of what we call our marketplace listings. Now, what's the marketplace? The marketplace allows you to advertise your business, your cause, your other opportunities for those of you that are, networkers or affiliate marketers and have other businesses you want to promote. You can do that here. There is zero conflict of interest here at Funds because, again, we're here to raise funds for your cause. And we also believe in diversification just like you. So you have the opportunity to advertise it. What if you're a nonprofit organization and you want to, raise cause for, maybe that church or maybe that charity? You can do that here and advertise. And anyone that comes to your advertisement and wants to participate, all those funds go directly to you. So it really is an excellent way for you to just kind of generate more traffic for you and your causes. And that's another way that Funds will help you. Now, how do you make money with Funds? Now, this part I have to say, Jackson, is the part I'm most excited about. So I'm going to take a few moments right here to really explain this to your members all over the world. So there are 8 ways that you can earn rewards with Funds. We just talked about the first part, which was the staking. We talked about how you can earn on average 3% a week or 12% a month. There have been some times that we've had individuals already earning more than 3% a week, but for the most part, it's been averaging 3% a week, 12% a month. The second part is what we call the staking, the personal referrals. You can earn a 10% commission on anyone that you refer to the funds community that decides to take advantage of the staking side of our program. And the minimum to participate is $100. So let's say, for example, you referred me, I came on board, I decided to stake $100 and take advantage of the passive side of the program, you would earn a 10% commission. If I came on board for $1,000, you earned $100. You get the picture. So whatever I come in to stake for, because you referred me, you earn a 10% commission. The third way we get paid is called team referrals. Well, through the team referrals, we pay a 2% commission through 8 generations removed from you. So that means that as you start to share this community with others, if you choose to, because it's 100% optional, but now I'm talking to those that see the vision here and want to share this with others because they see how dynamic this can be. If you decide to share this with others the same way our brother Jackson is sharing it with you, not only can you take advantage of it for yourself, but now if you tell others, you can get team referrals through 8 generations, also every time that they decide to take advantage of the staking side of our program. Now we also have a fourth way we get paid, which is called the membership levels. Now there are 2 memberships. The first one is called our silver membership, and that's $10 a month. And then we have our gold membership, which is $30 a month. Now, anyone that you personally refer to either one of those 2 memberships, okay, that's a 13% commission paid to you. So on that $10 membership, that's $1.30 per person. And on that $30 membership, we're looking at $3.90 per person, okay? Now, you might say, well, what are the differences between the silver and the gold membership? Pretty simple. If you're looking to be passive and just enjoy the staking side of the program, the silver membership is best for you. If you're looking to take advantage of all the multiple ways that funds can help you to raise funds for your cause, then the gold membership would be best suited for you. That's how you can easily decide which way you want to go. Now, we also have the membership team 4x8 matrix, where you could earn 7% through 8 levels, 7%. So this is pretty huge. So what does that mean? That means that anyone that falls in your 4x8 matrix, which is 4 people on your first level, multiplying by 4 through 8 levels, okay? If you were to multiply how many people that could hold tens of thousands of individuals in over 200 countries around the world that can participate in that network. Anyone that gets into your personal matrix, you earn a 7% commission. So for example, on that $10 membership, that's a 70 cents commission paid to you. On that $30 membership, that's a $2.10 commission paid to you, instantly available for you to withdraw or to continue to add to your staking, however you choose to do from there. On top of that, we also have what we call the car bonus, which is a 25% match of your personal referrals income. Let me share with you real simple how that works. If you decide to refer 4 individuals to funds and you're a gold member, they all could be silver members, they all could be passive, they don't have to be interested in participating in the affiliate side of the program. But if you're a gold member and you've referred 4 members, you now qualify for the 25% match. And whatever these individuals earn in that team 4x8 network, you earn a 25% match on that. So let me give you a quick example. So let's say you referred 4 individuals and person number 1 this month earned $100 in matrix commissions. Person number 2 earned $1,000 this week. Person number 3 earned $5,000, and person number 4 earned $10,000 in their matrix commission. That means on person number 1, you get an additional $25 paid to you. On person number 2, you're going to get paid an extra $250 paid to you. On person number 3, That's an extra $1,250 paid to you. And person number 4, you got an extra $2,500 paid to you. But make no mistake, not only are these your check matching bonuses, or what we call the car bonus, remember, all these people are also part of your 4x8 matrix. So you're still getting that 7% through 8 levels on the entire organization as well. Could you see how powerful this could be? Could you see how you could raise some funds for your cause? Number 7, the house bonus. When you really start to build a substantial organization and you really start to empower people's lives, the company also pays an infinity bonus that can pay up to 4% from level 9 through infinity. And you'll learn more about that if you decide to participate with us. And once again, we talked about the marketplace where the payments are direct to you. You see, funds is simple. For those that want to be passive, we could show you a way where you could position yourself to let a team of experts trade for you and create a passive residual income. You also have the opportunity to get paid on the membership fees, the donations that members are making for those $10 and $30 memberships. And we also have future services that we're going to be providing to this community to create consistent, sustainable revenue sources for you, not just for now, but for the foreseeable future as well. On this screen, what you're seeing right here is just an example of some of the performance that the company has done over the last year. And you can see here in November, we had 13.3%. In December of 2021, we had 15.9%, almost 16%. In January, we did 12.8%. And as you can see in February, we did about 12.42. So when we say to you that we're averaging, 3% a week, 12% a month, as you can see with consistency, it's there. This company has a 6-year track record of success, and they were positioned before in the fiat space, and now they've decided as of last year to transition with the times and bring it into the cryptocurrency space so that they can impact more people in a dynamic way. So what makes us different? We do the work. You share the profits, and you can take advantage of that 12% monthly average. We have trusted and dependable developers. We've never missed a payment in 6 years since this leadership team has been together. We're all over the world. You could position yourself in over 200 plus countries worldwide. You can create sustainable residual income for you and your family. It's an affordable entry for everyone. I mean, we're talking $10. That's pretty affordable, even for some people in remote parts of the world where maybe $10 might feel like 100 to them. We have 0 fees for withdrawals. The only thing that you would see whenever you're doing a withdrawal is not any fees from funds, but maybe from the crypto networks that you participate in, but instant daily payments paid to you. As you can see, we have 100% positivity rating, out there. People love what we are offering them, and it gives you the opportunity to do so. So the only 2 things that you really need to decide are which of the 2 memberships works best for you. You could position yourself for $10 and be a silver member. And like I said, take advantage of the passive side of things. And if that's all you want to do, that's the membership that's right for you. And if you want to take advantage of, later on down the road, you can do that. You can upgrade to the $30 membership at any time that you want. But for those that see the vision and say, hey, I have some individuals I want to share this with as well, then the gold membership would be the right one for you, where you could take advantage of that, take advantage of everything that we have to offer, and really take advantage of those 8 ways that we just mentioned. The beautiful thing about what I can share with you, ladies and gentlemen, as we get ready to wrap up, is that although this company and their leadership team has been together for 6 years, they have over 1,600 members right now. You have the perfect hybrid. You have a proven veteran leadership that's already been helping their community for 6 years with stable payments. But you have the opportunity to be part of a pre-launch and an early launch where there's only 1,600 members currently right now worldwide. You could secure your spot and take advantage of the massive potential spillover that is coming your way just because you're one of the original founding members of this community. You have the opportunity to share with others how they too can raise funds for their causes, and you also can earn additional rewards on top of that. The last thing that I want to share with you is this. There's no sponsorship requirements in the Matrix. So even for our passive audience, here's what could happen for you. You can enjoy the staking, you can enjoy the rewards, but if individuals start to spill over from the top into your 4x18 matrix, you will earn those commissions even though you did not refer them or had nothing to do with it. That's what makes this compensation plan revolutionary, because it really is average person friendly from top to bottom, and it's leader exciting, because now for us as leaders, for going out there to help build this community, we can get rewarded exceptional income for empowering people all over the world to raise funds for their cause. So come join us today. Be a part of the funds platform so we can get back to you, the person that invited you to this presentation. I know my brother Jackson will share with you some additional information in just a moment, but I look forward to personally welcoming you to our community, to be a part of this winning team, and so that you can have much success. This is an opportunity that can absolutely transform your life. We are already seeing individuals making significant strides. Why not you? Come see for yourself what all the excitement is about. Brother Jackson, that's all I have to share with you today, my brother, for your audience. I'm going to go ahead and turn it back over to you. Once again, I appreciate your leadership. I appreciate all that you're doing, constantly finding creative ways to serve your community. And thanks for this collab. I'm looking forward to continued and much success. I know this is only the first one, but I know we'll be doing many more together in the near future. So back to you, my good man.
Thank you. Thank you. That was awesome. I appreciate you going through that for everybody and showing the value of this project and what it can do for us. Thank you everybody for listening. The link for this will be in the description. I also have a Telegram where you can watch multiple videos and get even more info than was just shared by Major. Again, I appreciate you, Major, for doing this for me and explaining it to my subscribers and people that subscribe in the future. Thank you guys. I hope this was valuable for you, and I'll see you on the next video.
Okay, you can go ahead and use this button right here to register with funds. You can register for free with funds, and then you'll be given the instructions on how to stake your cryptocurrency and what cryptocurrency you need to use to stake. And you'll be also given email the weekly meetings that we have. We have them in different languages, but in English, we have them on Monday night and Tuesday night and Thursday night, showing a live business plan. And that's at 9 p.m. Eastern. And then we have another one on Wednesdays at noon Eastern. And so that's every week. And then, but let's say after you register for free, you'll be emailed a list of different meeting times and what languages they're in. And like I said, also you'll be shown on how to stake your cryptocurrency and which one to restate. So if you have any questions, please get back with me. And so I can help you get registered with funds and help you get staking with them so you can start earning income. And until the next video, I pray that everyone has a great evening, great day, great afternoon, and I will see you soon.